Hi folks, I hope that you guys are doing pretty well. So today is Sunday, the 24th of November 2024, and in today's video I'm going to decipher for you both Psalm 121 and the very popular Psalm 122, okay? Because oftentimes people on Psalm 122 verse 6, you often hear a lot of pastors and Bible scholars quoting verse 6 here, pray for the peace of Jerusalem, that shall prosper, that love thee. Okay, so I'm going to offer my commentary on these psalms. Okay, they're fairly short, so I can do it in one video. Now, Psalm 121 and also Psalm 122, they are actually Millennium Kingdom prophecies. Okay, or psalms for the Millennial Kingdom with promises of hope. Okay, so let us start here with Psalm 121, and we'll go verse by verse. Okay. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, in other words, Temple Mount, if you like, from whence cometh my help. In other words, the Jewish people will be looking towards the Temple Mount because it is there that Jesus is going to come to help the Jewish people. So, verse 1, if you like, begins to lay the foundation of this whole Psalm 121, if you like. That these 8 verses are actually all for the millennial kingdom in context. Okay, so I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. Jewish people will looking towards Temple Mount, from whence cometh my help. In other words, where Jesus is going to be the ruling, using the third temple. Okay, and the Jewish people, and also the signs, and the nations that make it into the millennial kingdom when they come, to visit, Jesus in the third temple. Generally speaking, everyone will be looking towards the Temple Mount because the help is going to be coming from Jesus, okay? My help cometh from the Lord, okay? Which made heaven and earth. He, meaning Jesus, will not suffer thy foot to be moved. In other words, because Jesus is going to be there, okay, the Jewish people are not going to be any pushovers for anybody anymore or any longer, okay? He that keepeth thee will not slumber. In other words, he, meaning Jesus, is not going to slumber. He's going to be looking after the Jewish people to make sure that there are no pushovers. Okay, he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He's going to make sure that the Jewish people are not going to be any pushovers. Okay, behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Of course, he's God. He's everywhere. The Lord is thy keeper. So this is going to happen during the millennial kingdom. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. It's kind of like a figure of speech, if you like. Okay, so nobody's going to be able to smite, the Jewish people, if you like, because Jesus is going to be there looking after them. Okay. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Now put the Star of David here because this all here is extremely crucial to decipher this whole Psalm 121 that is actually all for the millennial kingdom, because what this all here represents, if you think how the first and the second temples went down, if you like, this time around, when Jesus is ruling there in the millennial kingdom, okay, the Lord finally shall preserve Israel from all evil. Okay, so this all here is crucial. It tells us that this can only happen during the millennial kingdom because don't forget, like I just said, the first temple went down and also the second temple went down as well. But not this time, not with the third temple, not during the millennial kingdom, when Jesus is there. And of course, we all know what happened during, when the first temple went down and also when the second temple went down as well. Okay, long story short, okay, he shall preserve thy soul. Okay, the Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth. So, in other words, Jesus, okay, is going to preserve or look after the Jewish people when they go in and out from this time, from the millennial kingdom, from this time forth, and even forever. Okay? Now, this has to be a prophecy for the millennial kingdom because from this time forth represents the high. I just told you that the first and the second temple went down. Okay? But from the millennial kingdom onwards, when Jesus comes back to rule, from this time forth, it is never going to happen ever again. Jesus is going to preserve his people, the Jewish people, from this time forth, from the millennial kingdom, and even forever. Okay, folks? So, Psalm 121, these 8 verses here are actually prophecies for the millennial kingdom. Now, let us move into Psalm 122, which are also prophecies for the millennial kingdom. Okay? Verse 1, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Now, don't forget that in the time of David, there was no first temple just yet. Okay? Solomon, the son of King David, was going to be given the honor of rebuilding the first temple, but when David was around, there was no first temple, just yet, if you like. Okay? So, it's actually referring to the millennial kingdom here, with this with these prophecies and with these verses. Okay, so I was glad when they said unto me, "Let us go into the house of the Lord." This house of the Lord, of course, refers to the third temple during the millennial kingdom. Feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Okay, from now on, it's going to get very interesting, folks. Very, very interesting. Verse 3 on Psalm 122. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together. Now, this word compact here could imply a lot of things. Don't forget that when Jesus touches down at the Mount of Olives, it's going to be splitting in two. And so the geography, in Israel, but particularly in Jerusalem, is going to be changing. And all the signs are going to be coming down as well. So it's saying here that it's going to be a compact city. Okay. Now, verse 4. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes going up is implying that the tribes of the Jewish people, or the 12 tribes rather, are going to be going up to Temple Mount, okay, to worship the Lord, okay. The tribes of the Lord unto the testimony of Israel. The testimony of Israel is none other than God himself, the God of Israel. He is the testimony of Israel because everyone worships the God of Israel, okay. So basically, the tribes or the Jewish people, the tribes of the Lord, if you like, are going to go up to the testimony of Israel, which is God. They're going to go up to Temple Mount, of course, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord. Okay? Now, I just told you that this is about to get interesting here with verse 5. For they are set thrones. Thrones is got an S here, so it's implying plural. So there is not just one throne, in other words, the throne of God, but there are set thrones. In other words, that there are many thrones of judgment. Interesting. The thrones of the house of David. Now, which could be the thrones of judgment? Because it's plurality. It's got an S here. Okay. Now, if you look at Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 21, and Ezekiel 37:25, okay, aside from Jesus, being the king of Israel, another throne will be the throne of David himself, okay, because David is going to be the governor or the prince of Israel, if you like, if you look at the prophecies in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 21, and Ezekiel 37, verse 25. So let us go quickly right there now. So Jeremiah 30:21. I've got a patch marker here. Bear with me, folks. Jeremiah 30. Okay. So head over to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 21. Okay. And the nobles shall be of themselves, and the governor, meaning King David, the prince, and the governor, David, King David, or former King David, shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. That's Jesus. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, said the Lord. That's none other than King David himself, the prince. Okay. Now, if we head over to Ezekiel, okay, um, the other prophecy here where it talks about the prince. Give me one sec here, folks. I got a page marker here, but just Ezekiel 37:25. Okay, so go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. Okay, verse 25. Okay, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be the prince forever. Okay? David is going to be the governor according to Jeremiah, and according to Ezekiel here, the prince. Okay? So let's quickly go back to Psalm 122. And of course, aside from the throne of Jesus, okay, as the king of Israel, and the throne of David as a prince and governor, okay, of Israel, then you also have the thrones, okay, of the 12 apostles, because Jesus told us in Matthew 19:28 that they shall rule, the 12 apostles, okay, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so let us go quickly to Matthew 19:28. I've got a page marker here, folks. Bear with me. Okay, so Matthew 19, okay, book of Matthew 19, verse 28. And Jesus said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that you which have followed me in the regeneration, this is talking about in the Millennium Kingdom. This is what the word regeneration, okay, in the Millennium Kingdom, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, okay. So you got, the Son of Man, Jesus, that's going to sit in the throne of his glory. You also, in other words, the apostles, shall sit upon the 12 thrones, okay, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, okay. So the apostles also, the 12 apostles are going to be judging and sitting on the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, okay. So let us quickly then go back to Psalm 122. I've got a page marker here, folks, and we'll wrap it up. So on verse 5 here, I just demonstrated you the thrones, okay? It's the throne of David, of course, the throne of Jesus, as a king of Israel. But then you also got here the throne of former King David. He's going to be the governor and the prince of Israel. And of course, you got the 12 apostles, okay? Judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so you find these prophecies in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 21, and Ezekiel 37:25 regarding King David as a governor in Jeremiah 30, and in Ezekiel as a prince, and in Matthew 19:28, the 12 apostles. Okay, regarding this prophecy here for the future. Okay, now comes the very popular verse. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, they shall prosper that love thee. Why is this? Why do we pray for the peace? Because finally Jesus is going to be there, right? And all of Israel and Jerusalem, they are going to be in peace once and for all. That's what it's saying here. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee, because it's going to be peace right there and then when Jesus is there, okay? Peace, again, peace. When is this peace coming? During the Millennium Kingdom, finally, Peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palaces. Why it's a saying that peace be within thy walls and prosperity? Because finally Jesus is there in the Millennial Kingdom, as a king of Israel. Finally it's going to be peace within thy walls, For my brethren, and companion sakes, I will now say peace. Peace be within thee. Finally, finally, finally when Jesus is there, there's going to be peace. It's saying, when it's using the word here, peace is saying, thank God that He's here. Finally, this peace be within these. Finally, peace be within thy walls. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Finally, all is peace, peace, peace. Why? Why so much peace? Because finally Jesus is there as the King of Israel. Because of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek thy good, of course, because Jesus is going to be there. He's going to be in the third temple. Finally, and people are going to seek his goodness. So yeah, just to wrap up, folks, both Psalm 121 and Psalm 122 are both prophecies for the Millennium Kingdom of Jesus Christ. All right, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.